Hello, Times Crossword, let's go. A little place in the county. The very thing. The very thing could be it, in which case forward down would begin with T. One curled in disgust. Not from. Ecstasy. This is toe. So you curl your toes when you're disgusted by something. Not from is to, and then ecstasy is E, the abbreviation for the drug. Bringing to mind, corrupt 29, I have as support. Well, I have as support is likely to indicate an ending of IVE, which is short for I have, and it's supporting what's above it. The definition is bringing to mind. Possibly cognitive. Corrupt 29 indicates an anagram of 29. 31 days, hail, the length of a festival. So that doesn't look like an anagram of cognate. So need to come back to that. Position for diving. For fish, this is pike. A pike is a position in diving and is also a fish, so double definition. Stone's record, about an hour. Nope. Mint producing something less than the king's shilling. Nope. Welcoming pair to spend time with in bout of self-indulgence. Nope. Sweet world getting permit for king to visit. Wow, not easy today. Ask again about what cider is like. I think this begins RE. A lot of words indicating repeating begin RE, and about can refer to RE, which is Latin for about. So what cider is like is aptly, because it's made of apples, and to reapply is to ask again. Sympathy, as Prime Minister fails to complete year. This is pity. Pity is sympathy. Prime Minister is pit, P-I-T-T. Fails to complete without its last letter. Year, Y, the abbreviation for year. Decline, to accept too big a bed. Wow, not getting that. Beginning to avoid betrayal in moderation. Nope. Rock resident as two pubs finally close, full of foolish chatter. Well, I don't know how the wordplay works yet, but I think this is Barbary ape. Barbary apes are residents of the Rock of Gibraltar. As two pubs, bar and bar. Finally close is the final letter of close, full of foolish chatter, full of yap. Composer's verification about Churchill number. That is 5. Well, I wonder if this is Prokofiev. Because Prokofiev is a composer, and that is 5 is IEV, the Roman numeral for 5. Verification is proof about Churchill number. Well, Churchill number is abbreviated to K. Not quite sure what the Churchill number is. I think it's a referencing number in respect of another composer. Pursue female as dog may. This is woof. Pursue is woo. Female is F, the abbreviation. As dog may, well, a dog may woof. Long established oil producers, not in Middle East. I feel this begins well. Oil producers are wells. Not in Middle East. Not getting the rest of that. Now, 31 days, hail. I think hail is Ave, as in the prayer. So 31 days, and it means the length of a festival. And I think the 31 days is going to indicate a month with 31 days, but let me just run through all months. Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. The length of a festival, octave. Is that the length of a festival? I think it must be. Let's see if 27 down can corroborate the O. One and the same language. This is Edo. One is I, the same is Dio, short for ditto, meaning the same, and Ido is a language. So octave is right. I don't know why that is the length of a festival. Contradict. Gets help. Yeah, contradicted. That makes more sense. So this is gain said. To gainsay is to contradict. Gets help, gains aid. Long established. Well set. Oil producers, wells. Not in Middle East. So if you take East and you don't include the middle, you're left with ET, which goes on the end of wells to give well set, which means long established. Cobblers put up with endless pressure after cash arrangement. No. Follow parent in principle. This is dogma. Follow is dog, parent is ma, and a dogma is a principle. Cinema lover, maybe, is at a bizarre film. No. Well, if I'm going to do the acrosses, I'll start at the top. A little place in the county, the very thing. So, the very thing could be it. A little place could be PL or APL in the county. No, not getting that. In dark, run over, sunshade, no. Be arrogant as actor, concealing source of wealth. No, already looked at that. A daughter wearing bracelets at hotel in the country. Nope. Mint, already looked at that. They poetically address European port mostly. No, now I've looked at this before, but we now have an extra letter. Cobblers put up with endless pressure after cash arrangement. Yeah, I think this is codswallop. So codswallop means cobblers, as in nonsense. Put up with is swallow, endless without its last letter, pressure, P, the abbreviation for pressure. After cash arrangement, well, COD is short for cash on delivery. So that is a form of cash arrangement. Now, does the C help? Novelist, Marcel, but as translated. So translated looks like an anagram indicator for Marcel, but as. And we're looking for a novelist whose surname begins with C. Wow, what is this? Not seeing a first or a second name. Not seeing where the M goes. Manifest horror. About to be caught by swindle. Yeah, this is scream. So to scream is to manifest your horror. About is RE, Latin for about. To be caught by or included by swindle, scam. So is this Albert Camus? I think it is. Let me just check the letters. Yeah, it is. Fantastic. Cinema lover, maybe, is at a bizarre film. So, is at a, bizarre could be an anagram indicator for is at a. I wonder if this is Fantasia. So, cinema lover maybe is fan. Bizarre is an anagram indicator for is at a, and then Fantasia is a film. Ace hospital scoundrel turned over in Russian retreat. So, I think this is Dacha. Ace is A, hospital is H, scoundrel is CAD, turned over, all reversed, and then a dacha is a Russian house or retreat. 11 minutes down. They poetically address European port mostly. So, European could be E, or we could be looking for a 5-letter European port, which loses its last letter, and the end product are things or people which poetically address. No. Finally discern a nice smell that is arising. This is nascent. So finally discern is the final letter of discern. A nice smell is a scent, and then nascent means that is arising. So they poetically address. I think odes poetically address, and I think mostly here, although mostly usually indicates all but the last letter, I think it can also indicate more than half. So Odessa is a European port, and if you take 4 out of the 6 letters, you've got odes. Mint. Now, let me look at 16 down. I don't think I've looked at this. Man who painted a little light. This is Ray. Man Ray is a famous painter and photographer, and a ray is also a little light, so that's a double definition. Mint, producing something less than the king's shilling. This is penny royal. So, I'm not too sure of this. I'm familiar with the word, but I didn't know that it meant mint. However, something less than the king's shilling could be a royal penny or a penny royal. Now, W must be helpful. Sweet world. Well, let me put marshmallow in. That's a sweet ending in W. World is Mars. Getting permit, allow, for king to visit, for His Majesty to visit. Fantastic. Lots of nice crossing letters. In dark, run over, sunshade. I wonder if this is sombrero. Yeah. In dark, in somber. Run is R, the cricketing abbreviation. O is over, the cricketing abbreviation. And a sombrero is a sunshade because it's a hat with a wide brim. Beginning to avoid betrayal in moderation. No. Decline to accept too big a bed. Well, we have a deadly duo here. I'm not making progress with either, so I shall return. Welcoming pair to spend time with in bout of self-indulgence. Nope. A daughter wearing bracelets at hotel in the country. What is this? A daughter. Yeah, I wonder if this is Bangladesh. Yeah, it is. So, a daughter is AD, the abbreviation for daughter, wearing bracelets, wearing bangles, at hotel at H. Hotel is H in the NATO phonetic alphabet, and then Bangladesh is a country. Stone's record, about an hour. Yeah, this is shingle. So shingle are stones on the beach. Record is a single. About an hour, about H, the abbreviation for hour. A little place in the county. The very thing. This is bedsit. So a bedsit is a type of flat, a bed-sitting room flat. So it's a little place in the county. Well, beds is short for Bedfordshire, which is a county, and the very thing is it. Bringing to mind, surely evocative. Corrupt 29, corrupt octave, corrupt being an anagram indicator for octave. That's good because it confirms both 2 down and 29 across. And I have as support is IVE as support for the anagram of octave, with evocative meaning bringing to mind. 4 clues to go. Be arrogant as actor, concealing source of wealth. Source of wealth could just be the letter W. Be arrogant. Could be domineer. As actor, doer, concealing source of wealth, concealing mine. Welcoming pair to spend time with in bout of self-indulgence. Surely a spree is a bout of self-indulgence. Welcoming pair, well, PR is the abbreviation for pair. So welcoming PR to spend time with is to see. And then a spree is the bout of self-indulgence. So 18 minutes down, just a deadly duo left. Beginning to avoid. Surely that's a reference to the beginning letter of avoid, and we have that. Betrayal. Now the beginning could refer to avoid or to avoid and betrayal. In moderation. So what's this letter? I think it has to be a vowel. It could be an H, but I'm not bringing to mind any RHA words. It's not going to be RAA or RUA or RAA, so it's E or O. And the definition could be beginning, or the definition could be in moderation or moderation. No. Decline to accept too big a bed. Decline could be rot. This is roost. So to decline is to rot, to accept too big, to accept OS, the abbreviation for outsize, and then a roost is a bed. Does this O help? Beginning to avoid betrayal in moderation. I'm just checking all of these letters from the down clues, and they are correct. And what I am going to do is right now have a squiz for typos. All the acrosses are fine. Yeah, and all of the downs are fine. So we do have just one clue to go, 20 minutes on the clock. So if beginning was the beginning letter of avoid and betrayal, there would be a B here. That doesn't suggest anything. ROA doesn't look likely, so I think this is REA. Now reason fits. Aha, yes, of course. So betrayal is treason. If the beginning avoids treason, you don't have its initial letter. And then moderation is reason. Fantastic. So every clue solved, every clue explained, no empty squares. Submit. Submit. Hope and pray. No errors. Fantastic. Wow, what a puzzle and what a challenge. That was not easy at all. And it was a slow start and it felt like it continued to be slow throughout, but it wasn't a beast of a puzzle. It was just pure pleasure from the Times as we've come to expect. So absolutely super fun. I suspect the snitch is going to be in the 70s, possibly the 80s. Now, it's the beginning of the month, so brand new videos have been uploaded onto Patreon, and they include 3 crosswording videos this month, the Mephisto puzzle and 2 Times Quick Cryptics. So do check those out if you're interested, and thank you very much if you are a patron of the channel. Your support helps the channel survive. And each month I have been featuring a Mephisto puzzle for the last 4 or 5 months, and I've always chosen the ones which have been set by John Grimshaw, and there is a range of setters that are used for the Mephisto puzzle, but I thought if I chose just one setter, then there would be consistency in terms of the difficulty level, and the puzzles have been a pleasure to solve, and they have all been of a similar standard of difficulty. Now, I met John at the Times Crossword Championship in London recently, and I was telling him how I was enjoying solving his puzzles for Patreon, and I told him that I enjoyed the standard of difficulty and the consistency, and he told me that he had recently decided to increase the level of difficulty by, I think he said, a notch. And I've just solved a puzzle which will be going out next month on Patreon, and that definitely felt like a significant notch upwards in terms of difficulty. So that's something to look forward to if you're a Patreon. So back to this puzzle, absolutely super fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this solve. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.